Hello, second grade. This lesson 3.7 is going to be about making reasonable estimates. Now, an estimate is a guess. A reasonable estimate is a guess of how many things there are. These things could be apples, they could be lunch boxes, they could be people. Now, in order to make reasonable estimates, we need to know the size of the object, and if this object is in a container, we need to know the size of the container. This will make more sense as we go along. Now, I had a little fun with this one. I was thinking about how many toothpicks could I fit into my beard before one falls out. So I made a quick time-lapse video that we'll watch now together. Okay, so you see all the toothpicks sticking out of my beard. And which ones do you think we could eliminate? We have the options of 10, 25, 50, or 100. Well, just looking at it there, I think we can get rid of the 10. Take a guess between 25, 50, and 100, and I'll show you all the toothpicks laid out on the next slide. Okay, so here we have some of our class objects that I put in groups, and we have an option between two numbers to take a reasonable estimate, and that's going to be our guess. So our first one, we have our marble jar, in which we started to fill only a couple days ago. What would be a reasonable estimate for this? 2 or 20? Well, looking at the container, the bottom's filled. I like to eliminate the option. I definitely see more than 2. So the best estimate here is going to be 20. For the next one, I dumped out some of our coins on a table, and a reasonable estimate here, looking at the group, is it more reasonable to have 10 in this group or 100? Well, we could go through and count what we see, but just from a quick glance, I can tell there's definitely not 100 there, so a better estimate would be 10. Now, this does not mean that it's exactly 10. It's taking a good guess. And our last picture is all of the toothpicks that came out of Mr. Nolan's beard. And we have the guess of 10 or 100 here. Counting a little bit, I can tell it's definitely more than 10. There were about 100 toothpicks. So tomorrow in the lesson, you're going to be seeing word problems, and you're going to have some options to choose from. So now it's going to be a word problem, and it's going to start to make more sense about what I meant about containers and the size of the object. So let's read first. Austin brings his pencil case to school filled with pencils. About how many pencils might be in his pencil case? We have the option of 5 and 50. But let's get some things that our prior knowledge is going to help with. Austin brings his pencil case to school. Now, we're all familiar with pencil cases. We see them throughout the classroom, so we know about the size of a pencil case. Now, a key word here is it's filled with pencils. That's important. It doesn't just have a couple pencils in it. It is filled with pencils. And we know the size of pencils. So about how many pencils might be in this pencil case? I actually took pictures of the pencil case. So here we have a visual now of 5 pencils, and we have a visual of 50 pencils. We can tell that this one is not filled with pencils, and that's what it said in the word problem. So our best estimate here would be 50 pencils in his pencil case. So now you know why the size of the container, our pencil case here, and knowing the size of the pencils is going to help us.